Hello, Cardinals and Cardinal parents, and welcome back to Morning Meeting. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, and it's a really special day. This is August's 5th birthday, so happy birthday, August, and we hope you have a fantastic birthday. Miss Tess and I have put together some activities. We have a couple stories, some artwork, some experiments for you today, and we really hope you enjoy them. But before I dive into today's activity, I just wanted to thank you parents for sending in pictures of your children, and thank you Cardinals for the pictures that were sent of you doing some of the activities from last week. I will put those together in a slideshow, and then we can all watch them when we get back together in morning meeting to see what everybody's been doing together. We can watch it together to see what everybody's been doing the last week or so that we've been apart. But before I jump into today's activities, I wanted to say a couple more things about our activities from last Thursday. And as you know, Rainbow Crow was the theme of last Thursday. And this book is so special. It is worth so many reads. Parents, if you wanted to order that from the library, there's lots of copies available. It's The Rainbow Crow, and it's retold by Nancy Van Lawn. So it's worth buying. It's worth borrowing at the library. And Cardinals, hopefully you got a chance to see the movie, The Rainbow Crow, and it would be a little bit different from the story that we read. The movie was a more modern adaptation or more modern translation of the message in The Rainbow Crow, but I hoped you enjoyed it. And I also wanted to mention, when we were last together, we read a book called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Together Again. And it's just a great book about how mistakes and accidents can really be our best teachers. They can launch us past some of our fears and help us soar to greater heights. And so most of us remember Humpty Dumpty as not being able to be put back together again. But Humpty Dumpty in this story, which I included in today's activities, pushes through his fear and gets up after that accident, and he begins soaring and reaching new heights. So I also wanted to read to you, Cardinals, again, what we read together when we were together last, about a eagle who thought he was a chicken. And it somewhat relates to the Humpty Dumpty book, because Humpty thought he was only an egg, but inside of that egg was a bird who was going to soar if he could push past his fears and his mistakes. So I'm going to read this for your parents, and I'll reread it to you, Cardinals. And it's called The Song of the Bird, and it's by Tony DeMello. And in that book, he tells this story. He says, a man found an eagle's egg, and he put it in a nest of a barnyard hen. The eaglet hatched with the brood of chicks that grew up with them. So all his life, this eagle did what all the other barnyard chickens did, because he thought he was a barnyard chicken. He scratched the earth for worms and insects, and he clucked and he cackled, and he would just thrash his wings and only fly a few inches in the air. Years passed, and that eagle grew very old, and one day he saw a magnificent bird above him in the cloudless sky. It glided in graceful majesty among the powerful wind currents, with scarcely a beat of its strong golden wings. The eagle looked up in awe and said, "Who is that?" "Oh, that's the eagle, the king of the birds," said one of the chickens that was next to him, pecking at the ground. "He belongs to the sky, but we belong to the earth. We're chickens. We just peck at the earth." So that eagle lived, and he died a chicken pecking at the ground, because that's what he thought he was. So each of us is created to soar and to thrive, not to peck at the ground, right? And like Humpty Dumpty, we often make mistakes, but we can really use those mistakes to push us past our fears and to soar. Just like Humpty Dumpty did. He climbed that ladder, and when he reached the top of that wall, he soared way beyond what he thought was capable, because he put himself back together again. And inside that egg was actually a bird that flew. So just wanted to share that with you. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on today. Lots of good things. We are going to learn. Let me even back up. We're going to hear from Miss Tess. So she has put together a video to tell us a little bit about one of the activities we do. We try to do it daily, and it's called Thorns and Roses. And we do that as a reflection at the end of the day, where each of us takes some time to think about what we liked about the day and what we didn't like so much about the day. And it just gives everybody an opportunity to share. And so Miss Tess will tell you more about that. But we wanted to include that so you could practice thorns and roses at home. And it's just a great way to remind us that it's important to share what's going on in our lives with our families and with our friends. And I've also included a book called Say Something. And it's also just a great book, kind of tags along with our Thorns and Roses intentions, that it just reminds us that each and every one of us, every day, we have the chance to say something, right? And this book just reminds us that every reader of this story and every person has a important voice and has something to share. So I hope you enjoy that story. And then the other activities involve ice. And so there's some really fun experiments with ice. And we're also going to learn how to read a thermometer. So one of the things I will have you do is ask your mom to print this thermometer, and it's attached to the document that I sent them. And there's a activity there, and what you need to do is find yourself a bowl of ice and find yourself a thermometer, and then you will put your thermometer in that bowl of ice, and you can watch the red liquid in that thermometer. You'll put it in the ice, and then you'll look at the red liquid, and then you'll look at the number next to the red liquid. And with this attached worksheet, I'd like you to circle the number. So alongside of this thermometer, you'll see 110, 210, 310, 410, all the way up to 10 tens. Now, some people call those numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. But you can watch your thermometer drop up and down, measuring temperatures. So when you put it in the frozen ice, it will be like the temperatures in winter when there's snow. But then I will have you, and again the instructions are on this page, take your thermometer near your heater, and then I want you to watch your thermometer again. And you will see it rise to the temperatures of summer. So it's kind of fun. The rest of the activities involve ice. So one of the things we'll have you do is find some balloons if you have some at home. And there's a video to show you how to fill those balloons up with water, to put some food coloring in some of them. And what you end up doing is you put this outside to freeze. And they will freeze in beautiful globes, so that when you walk outside your door tomorrow, or it might freeze even sooner depending on how cold it is, you can cut this balloon open and you're going to have a beautiful globe. If you put some watercolor in there, it'll be beautiful, colorful globes. So I'm excited to see what you do with that experiment. There's also an experiment to make a beautiful piece of artwork. And it just takes finding yourself a white piece of paper, a blank white piece of paper, getting some watercolors and splashing the watercolor all over the paper. Then taking some cellophane or saran wrap and covering it with crinkled saran wrap. Let it dry, and it is going to turn into a beautiful piece of art. I put a sample in the document that I sent to your mom so you can take a look at it. The other activities are pretty self-explanatory. I hope you enjoy them. One of the last things I'll talk about is we are going to start the alphabet program. And so there is a video attached that will help you hear the sound of the first letter of the alphabet, which is A. And then when you hear the sound of that letter, you can go around the house looking for objects that start with the letter A. So, the A, I'm just going to show you with my fingers how you can make the letter A, because each week we are going to look at one letter. We're going to learn what it looks like, how to print it, and what it sounds like. So that by the end of the week, end of the year, you will know what each letter sounds like. So the beauty of this is you can take letters and string them together to make words. And then you can take words, string them together to make sentences. And then you take sentences and string them together to make stories and poetry and lyrics to songs. So we'll start each week looking at each letter to hear what sound it makes so that we can start creating words and stories and songs, and so that we can read. And the goal of reading, we want to learn to read so we can read to learn about anything. So it's pretty exciting stuff. So the letter A, let's start just with how we would make it with our fingers. Pretty simple. You just put two fingers up like this, you turn them upside down, and then you take your other finger and almost put a bridge right between your two fingers that are upside down, and you've got yourself a letter A. And it makes two sounds. And there's a video attached that will help you really hear the two sounds that that letter makes. And there's certain things around your house that start with the letter A. So A can sound like this, A, or it can sound like this, A. So there are apples around your house. More on that later. I hope you enjoy your letter A scavenger hunt. I hope you have a great day, and looking forward to getting all of us getting back together again. Have a great day, Cardinals. Bye.